we got guns for Christmas. In South Pittsburgh, you're a guy, you got to have a gun. Mom says, well, my dad died when I was 6, so I never knew what it was like to have a father. I had a stepfather who came in, loved to hunt and fish. And I got a shotgun, my brother got a rifle. Never, ever take these guns out unless we're with you. Somebody's with you. Okay, Mama, okay. They went visiting. Who knows what visiting is? Visiting on Sunday across the river. That was before the bridge in South Pittsburgh. They took the ferry, went across the river. We took the guns and went to the rock quarry. We killed every tree, every rock there. Unloaded every bit of, there was more lead in that, we could have gotten in trouble with the government for lead poisoning. We had switched guns. My brother had my shotgun, I had the rifle. So on the way back, we took the guns, unloaded them, got in, started cleaning it, get the gunpowder smell out. I lay back we had a little small, tiny house. I grew up very poor. We had a lot of love, but not much more. Clean clothes. Well, I was lying back like that, and my brother had the rifle. I had forgot to unload it. So he was aiming around, went off, hit me in the chest. Hit the collarbone, went in, lodged in the muscle under my arm. I made it out. I could taste the gunpowder. I heard the shot. And I looked, and I knew I was in trouble because there was a hole in the shirt, and that was a new shirt, and we didn't get many new shirts, so I thought, oh, no. Then I realized what had happened. So I make it out. That was when you whitewash everything. The sidewalks were whitewashed. We had a block house. It was all whitewashed. I made it out, and I just went down to my knees, and I just lay back right there on Highway 72. My next-door neighbor looked over, and he thought I'd been hit by a car. He comes over, and he says, are you okay? And I said, well, I've been shot. And he said, hold on. He goes and gets this ancient truck with no suspension in the back. He puts me in the back of the truck, and here we go to the hospital. They go in there, they take me in, they tell me what happened. I heard, and this is why listening is so important in what we do. I heard these words, we can't do anything for him. You've heard that in the movies. But they said one more word that was important, that was here. But I didn't hear that part. Until then I didn't start crying. Then I started crying. I wasn't ready to go yet. I hadn't finished telling the story. So, anyway, they had to take me to Erlanger. No ambulance service at that time. So my Uncle Carl and Aunt Mary had to come up. My Aunt Mary sat in the back seat, and we go to Chattanooga to Erlanger. The police have to go find my mom. One of your sons has been shot. Mom made it from across the river to Erlanger in an old 64 green Comet in probably 22 minutes. It probably burnt the car up. So anyway, I'm in the hospital, starving. I'm a farm boy. My mom fed us. We worked hard. We ate. Didn't have much, but we ate. My mom wouldn't. They had me all hooked up to all these IVs, so Mom goes out and buys crystals. I wolf them down. I get the hiccups. Oh! Pump my stomach. The doctor just cussed her out. She would do it again. So I was in the hospital 5 days. Go out. Go home. You're wondering how marketing ties into this. Here you go. So I go to school. I have this lump in my arm under here in the muscle because they didn't want to go in, cut the muscle because I love to play basketball and it would hinder the use of that. So they said eventually the bullet it had mushroomed. It was a hollow point, if you know what that is. It mushrooms. It's about the worst kind of shot you could get, Anyway, a long rifle hollow point. So I go there and I'm showing my cousin. He's feeling it. And I heard this kid right behind say, I'd give my milk money to feel that. Marketing was born. I left school that day with my Levi jeans like this. I'd never seen that much money in my life. Got home. It was just an amazing feeling. I couldn't believe that just for feeling that they would pay me. Kind of like being a musician or an author, you know. Will they pay me for doing that? I didn't like getting shot, but, you know, it happened. Take advantage of the situation. So, I played basketball, did all that stuff for a year. One day, I went up for a layup. Started stinging like crazy. Whoa! I go over and tell my coach, something's wrong. So, Mom comes to get me, takes me to the hospital, and the doctor says, bullet's out, time to go in. So the next day, I go in, anesthesiologist puts me out. Dr. Lavoy Elmore had been on a leave of absence due to some mental stress. He has known me since I was a kid. I played with his kids. He gets in, he makes the incision. He's in there with the forceps, and I just come alive. Hey, did you get it yet? He starts cussing everybody. James, stay still. Don't move. I've got it. I went right back out. He said he had never seen anybody do that before. We are ancestors of bards, storytellers, minstrels. So I woke up. There's a little medicine bottle right next to my bed. And he said, you deserve this. I take it to school. I charge a dime for everybody to look at it. And my selling point was, this came out of me. I walked out of the school with lots of money, but then I got caught. The principal calls my mom. I know I'm in big trouble. It's okay at school, but if they call your mom, you're in big trouble. So anyway, I gave all the money back. Got home, I thought, Mom's going to tear me up. I walked in the door, and she just broke down laughing so hard. I've never seen her laugh so hard. And she just looked at me, and she said, go play. There are opportunities in life that are there. Writing is 10% of the work. You're going to find this out. I found it out the hard way. You're getting the cheap version. I found it out after many years that writing is 10% of the work. Marketing is 90%. Now, how many people here have the resources of IBM and anybody? You have the resources of, you have all the money, all the resources. That's what I mean. I mean, you have the resources of a huge mega corporation behind you. I don't either. But how do you play? How do you even the score? How do you play in that ball field? How do you play with Stephen King? How do you do that? How do you play ball? Stephen, catch this. Throw it back. How do you do that? You're writers. You're creators. You think. You listen to what the story's telling you. It's going to tell you about marketing and everything. As you write that story, as you write those lines, you're going to have a line or two in there that's going to tell you how you can market it, how it wants to be marketed, how that story wants to be told.